Hi everyone, well I have a surprise for you today. By popular demand, I'm presenting to you my brand spanking new series on sheet pan dinners. And why do so many people like sheet pan dinners? Because they're easy, they're quick, you don't have a lot of messy pots and pans to clean up, and you don't need any fancy equipment for it, and they look good and they taste good. So today I'm gonna make, and I know they say it in Italian, caprese salad, but we're not making a caprese salad, we're making a chicken caprese sheet pan dinner. Oh, it's going to be so good. And when you're making a sheet pan dinner, use a nice large cookie sheet, usually by about 18 inches by about 26 inches. Now, some people like to put aluminum foil down on their sheet pan, and some people prefer to just put everything right on the pan as is. I take the shortcuts, and I like to put the aluminum foil on there because it just does make it a lot easier to clean up. Now, did you ever wonder, I have a sheet pan here. Did you ever wonder when you put the aluminum foil on it, whether you should have the shiny side up or down? Well, I'm going to tell you, and maybe you'll remember this. I'll read it to you. Sweet treats need parchment sheets. Grill or broil, go with foil. So we have the shiny side down, and this is the matte or the non-shiny side up. So I like to just line my pan with this. So remember that. Sweet treats need parchment sheets, and grill or broil, go with foil. So anyway, I'm going to put this little baby together for you. It's going to be my dinner tonight, and you'll see how easy it is. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, you don't want to miss. This is going to be part one. You don't want to miss the next few parts I have of this, so make sure you subscribe and you hit that little bell. All right. Now, one thing to remember. If you are going to put any kind of potatoes on your sheet pan, what I like to do is I like to put them in the oven for about 15 minutes before I put everything else on my sheet pan, because sometimes the potatoes take a little bit longer to cook. Whoopsie. And this way you give them a little bit of a head start. Now I am using the little baby potatoes. Those are those little tiny yellow baby potatoes, and you cut them in half. So I already did that. I'm going to put them on one side of my pan, just like this. And I'm going to take my olive oil and I'm going to spray them. I'm going to coat them with some olive oil, and then I'm going to salt and pepper them. You can toss them around with your hand. I'm doing it this way because it's easier than tossing them all around. You know, why dirty up another bowl? There you go. Put a little more salt on them. And my hands are clean. What you can do, whoopsie, is just toss them around a little bit. Make sure they're covered with the olive oil. There you go. I'll squirt a little bit more on. Okay. Now, I preheated my oven to 400 degrees. It's already preheated. And I'm going to put this pan in there with just the potatoes on it for about 15 minutes. So I'll be right back. With these sheet pan dinners, you can use any vegetables you want. I mean, that's really up to you. Most of them, string beans, broccoli, peppers, onions, etc., they all work fine in here. But with this dish, I am going to use my potatoes, and then I have fresh asparagus here. Now, if you don't like asparagus, I'm sure you can substitute it with maybe green beans. So while my potatoes are in there for the 15 minutes, I'm going to prepare my asparagus. I'm just going to cut off the ends here. Okay, put them aside and have them ready to put on the pan with the potatoes when it comes out. So let me finish cutting these asparagus off camera, and then I'll show you what I do next. Okay, so I trimmed the ends off my asparagus, and now I have 2 beautiful beefsteak tomatoes here. So I'm going to slice my tomatoes, not too thin and not too thick. Just right. Well, these are beauties, Jersey tomatoes. Just like that. Okay. Nothing like a ripe, delicious Jersey tomato. Of course, you know I'm from Jersey. There we go. Alrighty. Do the other one here. Now you're also going to need, because this is a caprese chicken, you're also going to need some fresh basil. I have it over here, and I can smell it. So as soon as I'm done slicing the tomatoes, I'm going to chop up some of my basil, my fresh basil. Okay. Go. Move those over on the side. Yummy. And here is my fresh basil. Smells heavenly. And I'm just going to use my kitchen shears, and I'm just going to cut up some of this. Okay. Now, if we're making a chicken caprese, you know that if you've had a caprese salad, it has tomatoes, lettuce, mozzarella cheese, all those fine goodies. And I just happen to be serving this on my sheet pan, asparagus and potatoes. I'm sorry for the bird yelling in the background. It's my parrot. Those of you that follow me are used to her. Those of you that don't, I have a yellow-crowned Amazon parrot. You'll notice when I speak, she yells, because she wants to come upstairs and be in the video. Oh. And she does talk. She says, want a cookie? She says, I love you. She says, come on. She does a lot of, what do you call them? Sound effects. She laughs hysterically, just like I do. She coughs. Silly things like that. We've had her, gosh, I think it's over 30 years now. Got her when she was a baby. So anyway, I did this. Now, I have a bowl here of fresh mozzarella cheese. You can buy it already sliced if you want, but just remember when you make these sheet pan dinners, the fresher and the better your ingredients, the better they come out. So I'm just going to slice this mozzarella, get my basil up there, into some nice slices. So I just do this while I have the potatoes in the oven. They take 15 minutes, and this doesn't take long to do at all. Just gonna move this over to the side. All right. Now you're going to need chicken breasts for this. So I think I have about 6 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And what I'm gonna do is, when I put the chicken breasts on the sheet pan, I'm going to put olive oil on them. I'm going to put some salt and pepper, some garlic powder, and a little Italian seasoning. So stay tuned. These are coming out of the oven shortly, and then I'll show you how I assemble this, so don't go away. Now, one thing you might want to remember to do is, I usually set my temperature for these sheet pan dinners at 400 degrees. And it would even help you if you preheated your sheet pan before you put anything on it. This way it makes it nice and hot, and it just cooks faster. That's all. You don't have to, but it does work. I'm waiting for these potatoes for their 15 minutes to be up, and then I'll bring out that pan and we'll assemble this dinner. I took my potatoes out of the oven. Now I have my boneless, skinless chicken breasts in here. They're not real thick, and if they are real thick, you can cut them in half. And I'm going to season this with some olive oil, my chicken, some salt and pepper. I'll mix this around. Very easy. You just want to get your chicken all seasoned. I'm going to put some garlic powder in here. Have to have garlic. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Can't have too much garlic, right? And I'm going to put some Italian seasoning in there. All right, and I'm going to mix this so the chicken's all coated. And then what I want to do is I move my potatoes over to the side because you need room in the center here for your chicken breasts on your sheet pan. Let me get this all mixed in. You can always sprinkle a little bit more on once it's on the sheet. Okay. This is still hot from the oven. Let me get my pot holders and move it up closer. All right. So I'm going to take my chicken breasts and I'm going to place them in the center here of my sheet pan. Okay. Very easy to do. And if there's only 2 of you, you know, you just put as many chicken breasts on there as you think you need. Okay. I have 6 on there. I have a couple left over, but I think the 6 will be enough for us. Alrighty, so I'm just going to give the chicken another little spritz of oil. A little bit more on the potatoes. And a little bit more salt on the chicken. A little tiny bit more pepper, because you want to have nice flavoring on there. A little bit more of the garlic powder, just to make sure I got it on everything. Alrighty, now what you want to do is you want to take your asparagus and put them on this side of the pan. So I'm going to put those down here and I'm going to spray them with olive oil also. You see what I mean? We're cooking everything on one pan. This is a one-pan dinner. Here we go. Spread them out. Perfect. Give them some squirts of olive oil. Okay. Basically, one-pan dinners, they really just need to cook bake in a very hot oven till they get nice and, brown. I'm making a mess. And all right, so this is because this is a chicken caprese. To top each of the chicken breasts with 1 slice, oopsie, of the fresh mozzarella cheese. That's how you say it in Italian. Mozzarella cheese. All righty. It's so fresh that it's falling apart here. There you go. Make sure you have a nice sized piece on each one. That one needs a little more. And here's a little bit more on this one. Oh, this is going to be so delicious. So delicious. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a slice of tomato on each one. And these tomatoes are yummy. Right on the top of each one. Go. Alrighty. And then on top of the tomato, I'm going to put a little bit of my fresh basil. I think this one needs a smaller tomato. There you go. And a little of the chopped up fresh basil is going to go right on the top. It's going to be yummy. Look at that. And I'm going to just salt and pepper a little bit of my asparagus. I didn't do that. Now, you can do this in a bowl and toss it around. You can toss it around and do it on your pan. Whatever you want. I have to stand for this. There you go. All right. I'll take a picture of this beauty so you can see it. I'm going to put this in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. And then we're going to check the chicken because we want the chicken to have an internal temperature of 165 degrees. So let me put this in the oven and I'll check it in about a half hour and I'll be back and we'll see if it's ready to eat and do a taste testing. So stay tuned. Alrighty, it's taste testing time and I have a little bit of this balsamic glaze that I'm going to drizzle over the top of the chicken. It says to do that before you serve it. So I'm just going to put a little bit on there. If anybody wants more, they can put it on themselves. Oh my goodness, look at this. This looks like it came right out of a restaurant. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Look at this. Oh, look at that cheese. I'm gonna put a few little asparagus on the side. Oh yeah. And the nice roasted potatoes. Let me get a few of those. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alrighty. It's taste testing time. Let me try this chicken first. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. That melted cheese on it. The chicken is so tender. Oh my goodness. Let me try a little bit of tomato with the cheese. It's really delicious. I'm telling you, if you haven't already subscribed, you want to continue to see my one pan dinner series, hit that subscribe down below. Let me try the potatoes. They're nice and soft. You see when you cook them for that 15 minutes. Dog always has to bark when I'm doing my taste testing because she wants to taste the food. Oh, potatoes are so tender. That's why you cook them a few minutes before. Let me try the asparagus and see if they're done. Perfect. Delicious. So thanks for watching. I hope you'll come back and see part 2. This is delicious. So remember what I said. Don't just watch me make it. Make it. So love you all. I'll see you soon. This gets a 2 thumbs up. And have a great weekend. Toodles!